Hi, I'm Randy Hollenbeck, and this is Talking Music. Today on the show, we have Jake Jones from alternative rock band Red Brick Road. How you doing, Jake?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It's good to be back on the show. It's always a pleasure to come on here and talk to you, get the word out to all the people out there in other states and such.
Awesome. You guys just released Ghost Directs on December 1st, 2022, and I was wondering, can you tell me about your vision when you were going into that album, what you were planning on doing with it?
Yeah, so I mean the vision going into it, there wasn't much, I guess would be the case. Overall, the 5 songs collected on that are out of about 40 that were written during like the same amount of time. Originally, it was going to be like a 15 song full length album, and then it turned out to be more equitable as like 5 different EPs. And so that's the EP Ghost Your X is all songs about like getting over past struggles and moving into the future and stuff. So those 5 songs kind of were collected and put onto that EP because they all make sense together.
So the next EP will focus on another set of things that connect.
Right. Yeah. All things considered, Red Brick Road, as some people know, is probably not moving forward as the moniker we're still going to use, but originally that was the plan. Now, where those songs go, I'm not entirely sure. So those songs will probably be released one day. They'll probably be released under my personal name and they'll no longer fall into like the Askew universe that Red Brick Road was attempting to create. Because even going back to like the work of heart, like, album, in essence that album was basically a concept album and all. It kind of told one long story with like a few like little side quests in it and such. So I mean, I think that's just kind of where my songwriting style is and stuff. I just kind of like always write multiple songs on a topic. So but yeah, there's a lot of work that was written by, Red Brick Road that is going to somehow be out there one day. And like you said, it'll probably be in 5 or 5 10 song segments, of try to keep topics the same. That's what we like to do, almost like playlists.
How long did it take to complete from the start to finish with the new record?
Dude, I kid you not, over a year. It took over a year. If you consider songwriting time too, I mean, a year and a half minimum, if not 2 years. I mean, from start to finish with all the studio sessions, all the recording, bringing musicians in, finding time to record. We took at least a year working on it in the studio, and I mean, demoing things for several months before that. So yeah, minimum a year. So I mean, I'm really proud that it's out there now. Like, it's as far as now it's my magnum opus. So I'm really proud of it. Glad people are enjoying it so far and such.
Can you tell me who you worked with on this album? Was there like additional musicians or a producer or anything like that?
Yeah, so I mean, same producer that I've always worked with, Kevin Wesley Williams, over at Sound Shop Studios here north of Detroit, over in Macomb. I've worked on him with everything that's been released under the Red Brick Road name, and then on this album, I utilized Phil Stewart on bass as a studio musician, Darren Curtis, and yeah, just those two guys. Yeah, those two guys at drums and bass, and then Phil was playing guitar one of the tracks along with me, and they got really into the process and stuff. And then aside from that, most like all the string arrangements and stuff were pretty much done at my home studio using like software and such like that. So it was a pretty cool way of doing things too. Not everything was done in the studio. There was a lot that I was cutting at home, and then things I was cutting when I lived in my dad's basement still. So it was kind of cool. It was pretty neat taking home files from the studio and then working on guitars at home and bringing that back. It was the first time I'd ever really done that sort of process rather than just like go to the studio and cut an album, like where it's all done in like the same room, essentially, you know.
So it felt like you could just take your time with the songs and stuff.
Yeah, you know, and that may have at one point become a hindrance to where it was like too much time, you know, because when you're not racking up studio time, Bill, and you're at home just tinkering with things, it did definitely get to a point where I started the Pet Sounds things, you know, in the good old vein of Brian Wilson. And like I did need to stop. And I remember like I went into like work on some mixes with Kevin, and he's like, dude, no one's gonna hear this, no one is gonna notice. I'm like, it'll make me happy. He's like, I'll do it to make you happy, but like, you know, and I was like, all right, I see where we're at with this. I got to quit making these small tweaks, but you know, at the end of the day, it's part of the craft. It's part of the art.
Can you tell me your favorite song off this album?
My personal favorite off the album's Knucklehead. I really like that one. I just like the drive behind it. I like how explosive it is. I like how it's got the come down part that like kind of like borrows a lot from, excuse me, from Pink Floyd and such like that. You know, it's pretty cool, and then it ramps back up into like a really explosive hook again. So yeah, I'd say that one's probably my favorite on there. But that yeah, we'll go with that one.
My bones are shaking, my brain is quaking. Sometimes I'm my worst friend. Could you please remember me as a perfect boy I thought I was? My heart is breaking, I've lost myself. I said it wouldn't happen again. Looking back on memories, forget them all. Just keep the best ones. Hey, young man, thought you had your life figured out, but you're just a stupid boy. Tell me how the hell you feel so proud. Hey, young man, thought you had it all so figured out, but you're just a stupid boy, just a stupid boy. Tell me how the fuck you feel now.
The one that stuck out to me was called Poltergeist. And you say, my life feels like a haunted house. I'm the ghost. I'm trapped inside. I can't get out. Can you tell me about that lyric?
Oh, I mean, like I just feel like that's kind of like so. For one, I like the duality of it and like how it's kind of like a double entendre. Because for one, like your life could feel like a haunted house, like things are haunting you, and then there's like ghosts of your past and stuff that are like coming after you, and you might be scared. But then I like the double entendre of it to where like it also means that you're the ghost, like you can't get out. You know what I mean? Like you gotta just like find your way through it. And I think like to me it just kind of means like as dull and stuff like as life can get sometimes, like being the same over and over, like a ghost just like trapped in like one like you know what I mean, a old 1400 square. Yeah,
Repetitive. Repetitive.
yeah, exactly. And just like, you know, just like refacing the same circumstances and stuff like that. And like I guess what I was getting at with that song is like breaking the cycle, you know, because I think a lot of people repeat the same mistakes and put themselves around the same sort of toxic people and the same sort of narcissistic people and stuff, and they don't, even though they get away from one, they like find another and then like repeat the same exact cycle. You know, they don't fully break free of it. They're like, oh, I got out of this bad relationship or this bad friendship or whatever it may be, but then they like go start another like toxic friendship or relationship or whatever it may be, and it's just, you know, like breaking out of the patterns.
My life feels like a haunted house. I'm the ghost, I'm trapped inside and can't get out. My life feels like a haunted house. I'm the ghost, I'm trapped inside and can't get out. All of these are ghosts, keep on calling my name. All of these are ghosts, keep on calling my name. I'm haunted by my past. You're the poltergeist inside
You guys got any shows coming up?
We do not. No, we don't. We don't have any shows coming up. I'm gonna be soon here. I'm working on doing a GoFundMe because in Detroit, at least, the way most venues work and stuff is like still in the pay to play format. So what I'm really looking to do is I want to do like a GoFundMe, raise money and stuff, give out merch packs, things like that, raise money, and then basically rent a venue and just throw a free show because then it'll basically be a fan paid show, you know. And I'd just much rather do it that way, you know, tell the venue like, hey, maybe we can work something out on getting a cut off, you know, beer sales or something, but I don't need to be paid and I'll rent your venue for this to happen. So
And when are you guys planning on doing that, like in the new year?
yeah, in the new year. So basically what I want to do is sometime this month after the dust storm, I want everyone right now to be able to focus on going and checking out the new EP. I have tons of stuff coming up with doing press promotion of it, you know, talking to you tonight. I have several more things doing that. I really want to get the word out about there like that. And then around the time when people start questioning like, oh yeah, well, you know, what are they going to do for the release? Are they going to do a live? Then I kind of want to put out like a GoFundMe. And then since the way it's going to work, I basically want to be like, hey, like, you know, like this GoFundMe is going to end January 31st, and we'll make sure the date's at least 3 months later so everyone has time to make plans for work and this and that if you do donate, because that's the thing too, is people won't have a specified date, you know, because I have to get one from the venue. So then be like, yeah, it'll be at least 3 months away. So probably try to do it in like spring or something like that.
What else do you have planned for 2023?
2023, basically, yeah, doing that with the putting getting that last Red Brick Road show going. It'll probably be like the finale show of it, and then just same thing, making music. You know, trying to take this more into the vein of myself being a solo artist, and you know, I want to go more of a pop route too. Like, I mean, I'll always use guitars and stuff, but just like with where I'm at with producing and stuff too, and producing other artists, I've just learned a lot of unique things, and I've gotten really sick of being like boxed into like the rock genre. So it's not to say that there won't ever be another like Red Brick Road song released, but Red Brick Road is just so well branded as like an alternative rock band that I'd rather just kind of break away from it for a bit, put out new music, keep new music coming, you know, keep staying online and just keep to hope on growing this, you know.
Where can we get a hold of you? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter?
Absolutely, all of those were Red Brick Road music on all three of those there. YouTube's also an awesome place. Always posting updates there. That's where we always have video content to go along with things. My personal TikTok is who the hell is Jake Jones for all the TikTok people out there. I haven't don't really run one for the band, but like I'm always posting things about the band on there. And then yeah, all of those are good spots to get a hold of me.
Thanks for coming on the show today. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, man, no. Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to come on here. I enjoy talking about music and, you know, catching up with you. And yeah, it's great, man. I really appreciate it.